Today is April 24. Amazon will report earnings in 3 more days on April 27. And so we have been tracking Amazon's unusual options and to basically see where the large institutions are putting their bets on Amazon for earnings. Is it down or is it up? That is the question. And so we have 3 days until we find out. And so without further ado, let's take a look at April 24, the unusual options today. So at 9:56, we saw these 3,795 contracts. And so when we look at that on June 16, this is you'll see here that these the volume here is less than the open interest, so we will find out whether or not these are opening or closing orders tomorrow. This 130 strike is also less. The volume is less than the open interest at the 130 strikes as well. If they were opening, it looks like they were selling the 120s and buying the 130s, which is selling the call spread. So that looks something like this. It is moderately bearish, meaning they will collect their credit as long as Amazon doesn't rally past 121, right? And so that is their analysis. And for Amazon, will not rally past 121, and 121 is all the way up here, right? So the possibility of that happening is also very unlikely that Amazon will rally this much, but of course nothing is impossible for earnings. And so the probability is in their favor that this will be profitable for their trade, that they are basically selling volatility here. That's why there's a negative Vega here. They're taking advantage of the high volatility and selling a call spread at this time. And so the other option we can take a look at, since that one is not so directional. This May 19th is a little closer here at the 1:55 p.m. You'll see the 110 and the 100 strike calls here for 1,799 of them. Selling the 100 calls, buying the 110 calls here. And that is over here. You'll see here also volume is less than open interest for the 100 strikes. And then the 110 also less than the open interest, so they can be closing orders. If they're not, and they're selling this call, then the trade looks like this. It is bearish if these are opening orders, which we'll find out tomorrow. Then it is betting that Amazon will go down, right? So it's above that zero line as we move down in price on the x-axis. However, things could be, very different, because I mean, if some of them, let's say this 100 strike one was a closing order, and this instead was an opening order, so that could also happen. And if that's the case, then they basically took profits on their 100 strike, closed this up, and then bought the 110 strike, and that's very bullish. So making sure that we analyze these opening and closing orders on the unusual options activity is very important to get this correct. Otherwise, you get the direction also incorrect if you don't get it correct. So these are very important data points that we always monitor and watch closely. and put into our analysis of the entire picture. So yeah, hopefully this was helpful. If it was, please like this video. It encourages us to continue making more videos and keep everyone updated on this highly anticipated earnings that is coming up. Trying to get as much data as possible during the days prior hand, so we can make the best judgment and decision as possible. Because not all the large institutions will put their trades on just the day before. They may start putting their trades on a few days or a week prior hand, and so it's something that we have to do to keep an eye on these unusual options. All right. Please subscribe if you haven't, and hit the bell icon. You'll be notified whenever we see unusual options, and whenever there are any kind of new updates on closing, opening orders, anything we see here that is unusual, we'll let everybody know. Take care, everybody, and have a good night.